Hey everybody, I just wanted to share in on the fun that I'm having here. I'm about to make my maiden voyage with our cold brew coffee pitcher. I can't wait to share this product with you, and even more, I can't wait to get a picture of cold brew in my fridge. So let's get started. All right, so here is our lovely, sleek cold brew coffee pitcher. I love the way it looks. It looks like it's wearing a little mini corset with all these buttons. So if you're not familiar with cold brew coffee, one of the great features is it's less acidic than traditional coffee. By allowing the coffee to steep in cold water versus brew with hot water, it just creates a less acidic drink. Your end result is a sweeter, richer, fuller coffee drink. I really, really love cold brew coffee. I tried it the first time at Starbucks and just ordered a cold brew coffee, no sweetener, nothing. I will let you know about knocking my socks off. But I've since found my favorite way to drink cold brew coffee. That is with coconut milk and a couple pumps of simple syrup. So super easy drink to make. Will say they cost a pretty penny at Starbucks, but I am looking forward to being able to make this at home. So right now I have our pitcher all set up to brew our cold brew. So another great feature about this pitcher is it also can be set up to brew loose leaf tea. Some of y'all may know this. When I was pregnant with our son Deuce, Montgomery took all forms of caffeine away, so I became a huge fan of loose leaf tea. So this is your simple tea diffuser. You would just put your loose leaf tea in there and snap it onto your funnel where I have our coffee filter on right now. And when you brew your tea, you will use hot water because you do not have the acidic problem that you do with your coffee. So we'll get this all set back in here. Now, when you brew your cold brew coffee, you're going to use a coarse ground coffee and a higher coffee to water ratio. So here, I'll spread a little bit of coffee grounds out here. This coarse ground coffee is similar to what you would use in a French press. What this allows to happen is the water to seep through the coffee grounds. When you use your traditional fine ground coffee, you kind of get a clogged up mess, and that will allow some sediment to fall down into your coffee, and it just won't provide that wonderful rich flavor that you get with the cold brew. So using a higher coffee to water ratio, we have about a cup of coffee here. I'm going to try to pour this into our cold brew while recording. Alrighty there. Now, got all that good to go. Okay, so now that our coffee is in there, you can see, we're going to just take our water, pour it in, and you'll notice it's going to take a few pours. We'll pour our coffee in, or our water in over our coffee, and you can see it's starting to bubble up. So we'll just do a steady pour, and then when it reaches the top, we'll allow it to kind of seep down. But like I was mentioning with that simple syrup, that is, you can guess it, super simple to make. All it is equal parts water to sugar. And you can make it on the stovetop, but what I really like to do is just to pour it in a silicone prep bowl, pop it in the microwave, and then heat it up until the sugar dissolves. And then I can just slap a lid onto my prep bowl and put it back in my fridge right along with my cold brew. Now, the reason you want to use a simple syrup instead of a traditional just sugar is because it's cold. That sugar won't dissolve. Now, there is a common misconception that cold brew coffee and your iced coffee is the same thing. It is not. Iced coffee is coffee brewed hot, just poured over ice. Cold brew coffee is brewed with cold water, so it allows for that less acidic nature that we were talking about. One great thing you can do with this is once your coffee is, you can see our coffee is already starting to steep, but once our coffee is fully brewed, you can pour some in like our silicone herb freezing trays and make little coffee ice cubes. So that way you can use your coffee ice cubes, pour your cold brew coffee over it, and you don't get a watered down coffee. Or me personally, like I mentioned, I love adding coconut milk and simple syrup with my cold brew. So go ahead, comment on this video, share your favorite way to drink your coffee, and I will be back tomorrow to let you know how this finished product turned out.